Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a best of 3 series here between OGS MC and KiLLeR. Now, I know this says Blizz Event A, but this is MC, the Protoss mastermind, playing as Blizz Event A. He is our red Protoss player here in the bottom left. And in the bottom right here, we have got KiLLeR as the blue Zerg. So he has MC versus KiLLeR, Protoss versus Zerg. We're starting things off here on Tal'Darim Altar, and I'm excited for some StarCraft 2 today. Looking forward to casting this matchup. This is, I believe, from the Intel Extreme Masters. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where the best of 3 series is coming from. So if you have not seen that, then you can go ahead and watch this commentary, enjoy those games, and if you like my style, then this is the place to be. Back over here, we can see MC coming with that pylon at the front of his natural expansion. This, of course, means that he will be going for that Forge Fast Expand. Super popular build as a Protoss player versus Zerg in PvZ, of course. Going with that Forge Fast Expand works in your favor because it provides you that early game defense, gives you a strong economy, and then after that you really have a whole bunch of things you can work into. You know, you see players go with 6 or 7 gate pushes, level 1 upgrade pushes. You see players get a Stargate or 2 and try to work in some Void Ray harass and some Phoenix play. You also see the possibility of sticking to these 2 bases and just working your way up to Colossus or High Templar or whatever have you. There's so many options, but having that nice early game defense as well as that strong economy is the biggest allure behind coming out with a build like this. We can see right now, actually, MC will be moving out with a second Probe Scout, so we'll be trying to spot in both positions almost at a relatively the same time. So moving right up here, he will be seeing, okay, KiLLeR not in this position, so now he knows precisely where he is. And of course, the reason he's coming out with this is because he wants to know exactly what KiLLeR has going on. He needs to check that pool timing so he can decide, hey, am I going Nexus first or do I need a cannon right away? So back over here, we can see right now MC moving right into KiLLeR's base, and actually that probe hidden over there. Very nice play by KiLLeR, hiding the probe, hiding the fact that the expo was going down. That prevented MC from being able to harass over there. Now he did check that pool timing, and he knows that that is just about to pop. Let's see what he decides to do. Still feeling pretty safe though. He will go Nexus first, and then immediately after we should be seeing that cannon come down because Zerglings are on their way onto the board right now. I've got those first 2 Zerglings coming on through. That first Queen is being built there as well, and then besides that, looks like KiLLeR is droning up at this point in the game. Just back over here, we can see that Photon Cannon coming on through right now. Overlord for KiLLeR is scouting that out. MC will be following this up with a Gateway and probably that Cybernex core right next to that. Might need, I think he's actually going to need another building because there will be another space even after he drops that Cyber core. So MC, of course, will want to get that full wall off. Really doesn't want to leave any space whatsoever. Makes pushes, strong aggressive pushes like a Roach Spieling push early on from KiLLeR. Makes that very, very successful unless, you know, unless MC has that full wall off and then get some sentries to be able to force field away those roaches, from prevent them from knocking down those cannons. It can be it can be basically a very dangerous situation. So making sure you get this wall constructed properly certainly plays a role into how successful a Forge Fast Expand is going to be. So we can see right now KiLLeR just moving around with that Overlord. He of course feels pretty comfortable to do this, not really too concerned given the fact that it's going to be quite some time until MC has any anti-air to actually try to shoot that out of the sky. KiLLeR still not coming out with any metabolic boost, and I actually wonder if MC has managed to scout that. Yeah, he did move in for additional scouting, saw there was no extractor, so he should really know at this point. Don't have to worry about anything at all. Early game aggression will not be coming through. We are actually seeing the Zealot come through because it looks like MC has left 1 spot right there. So Probe will be making it through. The Zergling needs to be careful of that cannon, and oh no, KiLLeR not paying enough attention, losing that Zergling unnecessarily. MC will be situating that 1 Zealot right over here on hold position. And there we go, KiLLeR going straight into the 3rd. And again, this is one of the 2 responses, either sticking on those 2 bases and trying to bust through this wall off, or just moving right into your 3rd. Obviously, he did decide to go for the 3rd in this position as opposed to here because he has to contend with these destructible rocks. Rather than coming out and wasting resources on Zerglings to try to take this out to come out with his Expo, he decided instead, I'm going to focus on my economy, drone up with those resources, and just put my Expo a little bit further away. Now, obviously, this is going to be much more vulnerable, but if we see some creep spread, and as long as KiLLeR does a great job of scouting out and finding out where MC is going at all times, then he should be okay against that. Pylon situated at the edge of the base here. We do finally have that Cybernetics core in. One Stalker as well as one Zealot is out. That will force the Zergling away from that Xel'Naga Tower. Does need to be careful. That Stalker is quicker right now without that metabolic boost, so he might be able to catch up. That metabolic boost hasn't even started researching yet. We do have some extractors coming up right now though, so he can afford those roaches. But this push actually could be a little dangerous. We got 6 Zerglings coming on through. I don't expect to do that much damage, but if he can take out the Queen, that would be huge. Zealot turning around, taking out that Zergling, then turning around, taking out a worker, going back on the Queen right now. The Queen is in a little bit of a tough spot, surrounding that Zealot. There we go. The Queen is very low. Zerglings get us around as well as those drones. Very, very nice there by KiLLeR, preventing MC from killing his Queen. That was actually pretty fantastic in all honesty. So we can see back over here, KiLLeR does have this expansion up right now. We'll be coming out to a few drones. We'll have those, of course, rallied right to start mining right over here. Hopefully he transfers over a couple of workers as well, although he's not really sitting at full saturation. It hasn't reached oversaturation yet. So from pretty much if he transfers over every additional worker over here, he should be okay. Won't be oversaturated or anything like that. In fact, he is doing just that right now, bringing a few workers right on over. Let's go back in MC's base. It's been a while since we took a look at what he was doing. Looks like we are seeing the Stargate. So as mentioned, there's all sorts of transitions after this Forge Fast expand. MC deciding to go with the Stargate, double Stargate play, starting out with that one Void Ray, Chrono boosting out a second one as well. So again, as opposed to that popular like 6 or 7 gate play, deciding to go with these Stargates and do a little bit of air harass can also be very effective as well. I do expect him to make a little bit of a sway into not just going straight Void Rays, throwing some Phoenixes in there, obviously going to be a great idea. They are so very effective against Zerg especially, so if he can throw some of those in there, that'll be very effective. Did manage to take out the one Queen there with the Void Ray, sitting on 2 kills. Looks like he either got a Zergling or a drone there as well. Void Ray's pulling back though, letting those shields recharge. Might be waiting for a little bit more. He's got an additional Void Ray coming out. Let's see what he gets out of this additional Stargate. Also dropping down 3 more gateways here so they can have some semblance of a ground force. Should be starting to tech his way up a little bit, and here we go. Double Phoenixes will be Chrono boosted out here for MC, so MC really going to be keeping up this air harass, getting a free Overlord kill over here as well. So very nice harass so far here from MC. This damage can't really be understated. He's doing a really good job of harassing KiLLeR quite a bit. Now KiLLeR does have some saturation starting to go down over here at this expansion. Also that Spore as well as that Queen as defense, and here we go. The Void Rays plus those Phoenixes getting ready to engage. Looks like he will be target firing down the extractor, trying to limit KiLLeR's ability to gather that Vespian gas, and wouldn't be surprised if he tried to go for that other one as well. Take out that Spore Crawler, lifting up that Queen as well. He'll be taking out that Queen, and that Spore Crawler is gone right now. These charged up Void Rays do so much damage. Pretty absurd. Another Queen coming down. Is he going to be able to do enough? Doesn't look like it though, because of these Phoenixes lifting off those Queens. Not a lot he can do, but here come the Hydras to the rescue. Does need to be careful. Does he have enough energy to lift them off and take them? And yes, he does. Losing one Void Ray, forced to push back right now. He needs some more energy. Not enough energy yet, unfortunately, to lift those up. And he's staying here and losing those Void Rays. He lost that second Void Ray. Luckily, still holding on to those Phoenixes, but without enough energy, he can't really deal with those, unfortunately, at the moment. MC got a proxy pylon situated over here, and he's going to be using the Phoenixes over here to grant him vision of the high ground and warp some guys into the main base over there. This is certainly a very effective tactic, and there we go. We will be seeing 6 Zealots warped right on up. They're going straight for that resource line, and let's see how much damage he's able to do before KiLLeR is able to respond. Here comes some more Phoenixes as well, so there will be some massive damage going down. Zealots moving forward, trying to engage those Hydras, do a lot of damage, but with enough Phoenixes, he can actually deal with this. Moving forward with a couple of those Zealots as well, and unbelievably, lots and lots of damage here from MC. The Zealots are getting worked, however, by those roaches. Need to be careful. Zergling's moving in first around. Hydra trying to do what he can, but they're lift off, and there we go. Some more guys getting warped into high ground, and this harass from MC, absolutely phenomenal. He's doing a great job right now. Needs to be careful, though, once some more Hydras pop. We got 6 more Hydras coming on through. Oh, there we go. Putting those workers on hold position, preventing those Zealots from being able to do any damage to actually offensive units there. He manages to get up on that Queen. Queen needs to push back, though. He's in a vulnerable position right now, and unfortunately, the Hydra numbers are not strong enough to deal with all these Phoenixes, and MC's Phoenix harass, plus these Zealots just going to town here. MC keeping it up. More Zealots. He's not dealing with any counterattack whatsoever. His main is looking phenomenal. The Zealots plus these Phoenixes, I mean, that is all that he's sitting on, and he's doing so much damage, killing off a few Overlords there. KiLLeR was sitting on a supply block for a moment, and just look at this. Absolutely devastating MC doing a phenomenal job right now. Unfortunately, right now, all out of energy. Those Phoenixes will be forced to push back. He needs to wait till he gets a little bit more energy before he can actually move forward and engage. And there we go, finally enough to pick up a few more, and this is just unreal. He's doing a fantastic job with these Phoenixes and those Zealots, and he's just keeping it up. MC is not going to let up at any point right now. Let's take a look at the unit loss tab, see where they are. MC's in a phenomenal position right now. KiLLeR is quite a bit behind, and all this harass has also stopped him from mining at this expansion, and that's obviously a big problem there as well. And he's keeping up the Phoenix production. He is just pumping out these Phoenixes, not letting up at all. Level 1 upgrades for those Zealots coming on through. Roach count is enough right now to contend with those Zealots, but those Phoenixes, once they get enough energy, will be able to continue up that harass. But pretty unreal harassment here early game from MC. I want to take a look here. We are sitting at 17 Phoenixes and 1 Void Ray situated somewhere. Not exactly. Oh, there we go. So the Void Ray will be working down these rocks, and that was just a lot of damage. We take a look at the unit loss tab. KiLLeR is quite a bit behind MC right now. Now, one problem, though, is that being so Phoenix heavy, as the transition into the late game, and as KiLLeR's Phoenix numbers increase, it will be more and more difficult for him to actually be incredibly effective. But as long as MC can continuously thin up those Hydra numbers by continuously engaging and lifting up 2, 3, 4 at a time, he's going to have no problem. And again, he's just doing so much damage right now. Just mass Phoenixes here from MC. Absolutely going to town on KiLLeR. He will be moving down and scouting out this expansion over here. So now he is aware that he's going to be expanding in that position in just one moment. That'll allow him to actually push forward and do a little bit of harass. Lots of Roaches and Hydras right now, and it's actually going to be a little more difficult for him to keep up the harass that he was doing prior, though he does have some units streaming across the map right now. There is quite a few Zealots. Looks like he is ready to drop that expansion. There we go. So MC will be moving into his 3rd right now. Now, as seen prior, we do have KiLLeR moving to his 4th, but his economy was hurting quite a bit from that harassment. We can see MC is a bit ahead in terms of minerals gathered. Still a little bit behind in terms of that Vespian gas, but still, he's doing so much damage right now. He's streaming these Zealots straight to this expansion right now, and KiLLeR's in a lot of trouble. He's going to be taking pretty heavy damage. Those are charged Zealots as well. Workers need to be careful. We've got those Phoenixes intercepting those Hydras, and look at them take them out so quickly with all of that energy. We've got a Roach counterattack coming on through right now. Looks like those Phoenixes will be moving down to deal with that. At the same time, the Zealots will be taking out this expansion. I don't think KiLLeR's going to be able to protect that any longer. Zealots blocking the main entrance. Phoenixes lifting off some of these Roaches. And oh no, KiLLeR's counterattack was taken out, and he loses this expansion. KiLLeR's getting worked right now. This is not looking good at all. His counterattack fully mopped up. Still heavy Phoenix numbers. The charged Zealots making their way down to this 3rd expansion for KiLLeR, and he's looking to lose this one as well. He's got a lot of Roaches, but even if he tries to engage with it, this Phoenix numbers here from MC should be able to take care of that, no problem. And look at how quickly those Zealots drop that expansion before the Roaches can even engage. Right now, KiLLeR's on 2 bases, and MC, my God, just a phenomenal game by him. He's doing so incredibly well right now with his Phoenix and Zealot harass. Really loving this playstyle. Charged Zealots going in. Phoenix is lifting up what they can, what they have energy for. And this is pretty much it right now for KiLLeR. He is on the ropes right now, losing those 2 expansions already. Looks like he's about to need to stay away from those infestors, although they don't have enough energy to drop a fungal growth, and KiLLeR calling the GG. MC opened up this game with a Forge Fast expand. Spotting the quick expand, KiLLeR decided to move right into his 3rd expansion. After the quick expand, MC transitioned into some Void Ray harass for the early game. With the Void Rays and a couple of Phoenixes, MC was able to do a little bit of damage to KiLLeR's natural. However, once the Hydras came back, KiLLeR was able to defend against this early game harass. MC did not let up, however. Immediately after his Void Rays were pushed back, he took his Phoenix numbers, warped in some Zealots onto the high ground, and just completely demolished KiLLeR's main. He did so much damage and forced KiLLeR to stop mining completely from his main for a few minutes, and this was a very, very bad situation for KiLLeR. We can see taking advantage of those Graviton beams, there was very little that KiLLeR could do for quite a while. KiLLeR was eventually able to push MC out of his main. However, we saw an upgrade into charged Zealots, and with heavy Phoenix numbers, MC moved right up into KiLLeR's 3rd, took this out without blinking an eye, and then moved right on into his other expansion. So yes, after taking out the 3rd, MC moved down and also took out KiLLeR's 4th, to which KiLLeR was not able to respond before losing it. KiLLeR did attempt a counterattack with some of his roaches, however MC was more than prepared, moving back with his phoenixes, lifting off most of those and then warping in some zealots. He had no problem mopping this up, and then KiLLeR was forced to call the GG. Alright guys, that was game number 1 in this best of 3 series here between MC and KiLLeR. We will be moving on to game number 2 in just one moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.